This serious business.
Hello, Music Multiverse listeners. Welcome to Beyond Your Radio. Welcome to Panelists' favorite show. Yes, it's the final episode of the year for Panelists' favorites, and that means the panelists get to choose the albums of 2025, their favorite five. We'll get to some honorable mentions too. And I didn't prepare anything huge because we're kind of in the same room, except our two world travelers who get to stay in their respective states. So we have the Grateful Dude from Hawaii. We got Jeff Young from Tampa, Florida. Is the lightning playing?
I don't know.
No. And okay, so
Expect anything more crazy?
So at my house, we pretty much of a party. So obviously Suzie Q.
They're up 1-0 over the Kings.
See, I knew they were playing. Damn, Deb Armitage, Hicks Maloney, popular from Saturday's review show, and her these are her notes. So this could be a long show.
Oh, no.
And Steve, Scout and Saint Steven from yesterday's Grateful Dead show.
Saint Steven.
He was not a good boy.
I don't want to even ask.
Yes. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go. Everybody goes 5 in round 4, in round 3, in round 2, in round 1, in round. Mm-hmm. I will pontificate maybe, but I will not be giving my list because technically my list is happening at the moment. So without further ado, we will start with Jeff Young for his number 5.
Whatever.
Go. Let's go, Jeff.
Am I giving you all 5 at once or just one at a time?
No.
Just your number 5.
Number 5.
So I just went with God of Angels Trust from Volbeat. So if you like that sound that Volbeat has, their traditional classic sound, this is what this album delivers. It also has a little growth compared to some of their other albums, and they have a few different things there, like couple things that are a little more countryish or different melodic, but still if you just like that sound of Volbeat, like it reminds me of back in the day when I was always into Motley Crue, and the fact that they weren't any particular writing lyrical geniuses. There was nobody who was the best drummer, the best guitarist, but put them all together, and I really like the way it sounds, and I just want to keep listening to them. Volbeat is one of those bands that came out kind of like that for me, and then I kind of lost track of them because it all does kind of sound the same after a while, and but this new album got my attention again. So the reason I picked the 5 albums I'm picking is because I figured of all the albums, and I didn't listen to a ton of new albums this year, but of the ones I did, I'm like, what are the ones that I'm going to keep listening to? This is surprisingly to me, this is going to be one of those albums.
Nice.
No, that's good.
Oh, well, that's why they call you Dr. Feelgood. Suzie Q.
Okay. Well, my number 5 goes to a man who has been performing for over 60 years, and I don't know what number album this was from him, but it is Buddy Guy Ain't Done with the Blues.
Nice.
Yeah, good job.
Good record.
It could have been my number 1, but it's my number 5. No, I don't know. I'm not numbering. But anyway, my only thing to say about it is I don't think there's anything else you can say about Buddy Guy and his music other than I'm just sad that I've never gotten to see him.
That's a good thing to say. Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Right? He was here, but then COVID, I think, and things.
I think so.
Yeah. That about did it. So
agreed.
But it's a very good album.
Hell of a guy.
Hell of a guy. So that's my number 5.
And a buddy.
And a guy.
Yes. All right. Good pick.
Mark, are you going to stand the whole time?
Yeah. There's no room for a seat in here. Are you threatened?
Only if you sit on Steve's lap.
Some cheese dip.
I agree with you.
Was beer.
Did he just say sit on Steve's lap? Oh, on that note, we have to go to Deb.
All right. So I just want to say, I've been on probably 2/3 of the Saturday album reviews. So I've gotten to listen to 5 albums every week that we do that. Mm-hmm. I did then watch the countdown that Mark is doing from 25 to 15. he likes a lot of Scandinavian countries in that list, um, which is to my dismay in some ways, but other ways I get some of them. So that's just where I'm going from his perspective. But my number 5 is a band. Well, actually, I have to say most of my picks are people I've never heard of, except for one or two,
Oh,
even
wow.
my honorable mentions. But Go Go Penguin,
Oh.
Necessary Fictions. It was. I'm looking at my notes from when we did it for Saturday review. It's very trip hop. It's there's a lot of fun facts, but go back to show whatever that week was. I don't know what it was, but the piano, what I'm going to say about this album is there's different uses of instruments that are very fitting. So you're not going to listen to one song and go, oh, this is an that's going to introduce just pianos throughout. It's not going to just be a guitar. It's not going to just be a drum. It's trippy, it's floaty, it's hollow subtleness in some places. Vocals are soothing. Delicate's a word that I used when I reviewed this. Great depth and artsmanship, and their main influence is Brian Eno. So that would be something that would maybe get you into the mode to listen to the Go Go Penguin. Is it Penguin or Penguins?
No, it's Penguin.
It
Go-Go
is.
Penguin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love them. They're cool.
It's better than Go Go Gadget Arm.
So that's my number 5 and weird, but I love it.
Yeah, it's a good record.
I loved it. And I would not know
It's
it
about
without my
middle of the season, probably 15, 17, somewhere around there.
But I would not know that without being on the show with Mark. So this is about learning new things, right? Okay.
Following
The radio.
and following instructions. I'm not numbering.
I don't know.
Speaking of following instructions to the letter, Steve.
There he does. He's got a
So,
notebook like
I
me.
do have my trusty notebook. My number 5, the album came out and is aptly named due to the fact that this band had to cancel their 2024 tour. So they came out with this album and they named the album No Rain, No Flowers because they put the work in to put it out. It is Akron, Ohio's own Black Keys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of seeing them this year for the first time. They put out their 13th studio album. The title track is fantastic. My favorite on it is Man on a Mission, which kind of goes back to the old school Black Keys music. Their staple style comes shining through in that song. But in the rest of the album, they kind of go in a little psychedelic, a little funky. They kind of do some things that are a little different than their typical style. But I really liked the album, and just like Jeff said, these are albums, and going through a lot of what I looked at, this is an album I'd listen to again and again. So number 5 for me is the Black Keys.
The Grateful Dude.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, this is kind of hard for me. It really was. I had to listen to a lot of crazy shit. But my number 5 is an album reviewed in, I think, 10/17/25. Alison Brown and Steve Martin.
Okay.
It was daft, sensible, and sane. I thought the album was exquisite. I've seen Steve Martin twice playing, and she just adds so much. It was just really a wonderful album. It really was.
Yeah, I did that show with you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sarah, no, who's on that?
It's neat. I don't know people's
Can't think of her
names
name
except my own name.
Yeah, there's some guests on there, and they do a
Yes.
marvelous job too.
They
They're
do.
well put in there.
Yep.
Why can't I think
Yeah.
of that's terrible? Oh,
It,
Jerome,
it
Sarah
was a
Jerome.
wonderful.
Yeah, Sarah Jarose.
Yeah, and she
Yeah,
had
it was
an
a wonderful album. It was a wonderful album.
excellent pick. I'm just going to throw in because this is not a new album, but it's new to the year. This is Pink Floyd.
You told me
All
about
right,
it.
live from Pompeii or at Pompeii.
Yep.
And I still believe this is one of the most unique and best recorded concert venues ever. This is just insane. This, of course, is the actual movie of the show and everything. But I think this was kind of like one of those records that a lot of people besides only Floyd fans kind of
Yeah.
had their finger and pulse on. And I think if people started to hear this, now again, this is going to be older Floyd,
Yeah.
no Dark Side of the Moon here. And that's something to behold actually in the way it was recorded.
Yeah.
So I just want to throw that in there. We'll get over back to Mr. Young.
I'm gonna
give Jess at the end.
I'm gonna go with and again, like to be honest, I feel like I'm probably missing one that I should have on my list of 5. So I reserve the right to replace one of your suggestions with my last 2. But I'm gonna go with Alienation from 3 Days Grace. It's got the return of one of their original vocalists, so they've got the dual vocals. It's kind of goes back. It sounds more like their original, most popular stuff they've done in the past.
Yeah.
But similar to Volbeat, if you like that sound, you're gonna enjoy this album, and it's just a good sound overall. With, that's the best way to explain it. If you like the older, more popular versions of this band, it's kind of a return to that.
Yeah, a fantastic record. When we obviously did that one on the show as well. I gotta say, I was like super impressed. I think I listened to that I had to travel somewhere for something, and I was like, wow, this really was really good.
I love that.
We're over to the Q.
He was looking at our window. But all right, I went with for my number 4, Florence and the Machine. Everybody Scream. I have grown to like Florence and the Machine over the years. And I don't know why. It's just her voice something. Didn't get into it at first, but now I do. On this album, I feel like, and I think probably always, but I feel like her voice doubles as an instrument. And she is just one of those artists similar to like a Tori Amos that just controls the lyrics, whatever it is she's singing. And on this album too, I found that she not matches. She's herself, her voice comes out, but it pairs well with like the guitar, piano, drum, whatever it is. And there's moments where I feel like it's almost like she's not singing a cappella, but it's like the instrument takes a back seat to her and gives her due and then regroups.
Yeah.
So it's just a really cool album, and it's one of those timeless albums too, I think.
Yeah, it's always going to sound. You're not going to be able to pick what decade it's from, right?
Yeah.
That album comes at a cost. It's a darker piece.
It is darker.
She experienced something that nearly killed her.
Yeah.
And how she made it entertaining is just beyond me.
Yeah.
Because that would have been hard, right? Yeah. I think that how she managed to take the band and make it something entertaining.
But it conveys a mood.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But it's hopeful too. It's not always to the point,
It's released on Halloween too.
Yeah, right on. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right, Dana.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, so I might jump to you in a different stage of the game, but my number 4 is this was hard because I think you had spoken about on your top, the ones that you're counting down, about how women have really kind of embraced 2025.
Yes.
And Nico Case, Neon Gray, Midnight Green. This was an album that when I know that I'm writing a lot of notes to review songs, it's because I'm interested. If it's something that I go, there might be, oh, that's where they grew up or where they recorded this song, but I have a lot of notes on this. There's a lot of background stuff, but this album gets better over time while you're listening it, even the first time, but then it grows on you on the times you're listening to it, right? And that's what you want it to be. It's almost like reading an Ernest Hemingway novel. You're never going to get all the nuances the first time. You have to keep listening, you have to keep feeling, you have to keep growing with it. It's organic. The vocals are really super lovely. There's tracks that have either an Eastern feel or theatrical feel. Baby, I'm Not a Werewolf feel like, okay, that's a great song title. Baby, I'm not in parens a werewolf. And you insert there what you're not, and then it becomes whatever you're not. The influences here: Patsy Cline, Loretta Lynn, Hank Williams, but there's classical and punk. And listen to Winchester,
No.
Mansion of Sound.
Mhm.
And that will just kind of encapsulate what this album is. It is, she has a really rich history of what brought her to where she is. Very hard struggles in life. And I think that Nico Case is somebody we should be looking for in the future.
She's been that Lucinda Williams
Yeah.
kind of individual for a long time, and this one stepped outside that box. It left the alt country
Yeah.
and went a lot more dynamic, a lot more instruments. I mean, when I listed this on the website, it's a long page of accompaniments,
Yes.
extra musicians, and that's always, that tells you that you went big.
Yeah.
And you
And
went home.
people are impressed by you,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So that's
Excellent
my
choice.
Nico. I love her.
Steve.
My number 4 is a tribute album. Not a tribute album in the sense of it's a tribute to a performer, like a bunch of people doing an album for somebody. This was a guy's tribute to his brother who passed away of a heart attack. This is Eric Gale's tribute to LJK.
Nice.
His brother, Emmanuel, better known as Little Jimmy King. It's a fantastic blues album. It features folks on it doing music with him. Kingfish Ingram for one, Joe Bonamassa for one, and Buddy Guy for one. Yeah. What's it called again? Rockin' Horse Ride is the one he does with Kingfish, which is fantastic. And Don't Want to Go Home with Joe Bonamassa's guitar in the background. It's a fantastic blues album. It's Eric Gale's 12th album. Very good. If you're into the blues, I highly recommend the album. It was very well done. So
Cool.
A good return for Gales.
Yep.
The last couple
Yeah.
are good, but
yeah,
this one had, well, there's a reason. There's a oomph behind it. I
yeah,
think,
yeah.
right?
It's very,
And he sometimes he had guest players, sometimes he just does things on his own. So.
and some of his, to your point, some of his recent on his own haven't been, good, not fantastic.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic album, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
So,
And that's my genre.
The dude.
Yep. My next one is number 4 is a blast from the past, trying to rework things. It got mixed reviews, but I really, really enjoyed it. Cheap Tricks, All Washed Up. Yeah, I know. I know Mark's review on it because I read it. But I did not find them bad at all. I was very, very surprised. I was supposed to be on the show, wasn't able to make it, but they really, really know how. And I have it in my collection. I listen to it every few weeks or so. It's such a good album. It really is. And for those who are new to Cheap Trick, you should give it a listen because they really they know how to rock, and they haven't forgot a lick.
Yeah, that album does have that rock, and it so much reminded me of the album that I started with them, and because I didn't start with them at the very, like
Yeah.
Dream Police.
When I did, I'm a
Mine-
dreamer.
mine,
I
yeah.
am because I'm old.
Yeah. So yeah, nice of them to come around and get to that point.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought it was better than the last two that they had prior. So
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it was enjoyable.
yeah, it didn't feel dated. I think that was maybe with the last
Yeah.
ones, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I am going to continue on. We'll give it back to Jeff Young.
I'm gonna go with Bright as Blasphemy from Chevelle.
Yeah, I figured that was
Chevelle, yeah.
It's just solid. I mean, it doesn't have as many, I guess, as it doesn't have any hooks like that are gonna equal some of their more popular songs, but it's still straight ahead rock, and it's just good. There's definitely a few songs on there. Like the minute I listen to them, I know I'm going to listen to the whole thing. So again, like nothing extraordinary to say, just other than that, like I like Chevelle in the past. It's not like, and they're just kind of staying the course and meets my
Well, I
needs.
don't know. Staying the course. The last record was a progressive rock record that had space tones, and I was like kind of like, wow, they kind of went back to that, not the earlier Chevelle, but yeah, this was more of a rock.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a detour from what I think people are used to, but so while I guess it's getting back on course, it's not probably on par with some of their earlier most popular stuff, but it's probably a course correction for some of their traditional fans.
A cool album cover too. Really cool album. They pretty much do pretty good album covers.
Album covers are important.
And one of these is going to be a show soon. Get ready.
Yeah.
All right, Sue.
All right, that's me.
It's you.
Okay, so this next one, I try not to give any credit to Mark at all because his head is big enough, but he told me that I should listen to this album.
Words to live by.
Well, actually, he played it for me for the first time.
Okay.
And then I listened again because I, wanted to know, okay, does it stick or not? And so I am going to give my number 3 on that, right?
Yeah.
To The Trues, The Bloody Light. It is a super easy listen and just good music. I don't know. I don't have anything really deep to say about it, but if you haven't heard it, you should listen to it. If you like the Trues, definitely listen. If you don't know the Trues, I would say this is a good album to step into.
Yeah, I do believe that.
Yeah.
That's a good way to introduce yourself to it, right?
Yeah.
And that's an album that's probably in the 47th episode or something, really recent. So, and I would watch that episode because I do lay out to you that there is an album that will tell you how this all happens, but you can't go to that album because that album is an acoustic version of the other albums.
Yeah.
So you need to get the albums and listen to those and then go acoustic.
So confusing.
Yeah. You can't go there.
Anyway, The Bloody Light.
The bloody
The bloody
manifest.
Go
Manifest.
Go
Anything Mark says, manifest. No.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay, well, here's the thing though. This number 3 was already mentioned by my compadre here.
Oh.
We kind of have the same feelings about these things. We're on shows that we kind of line up, but mine is Florence and the Machine.
Oh.
Everybody's Scream. And I just love her vocals, but I love the whole thing about this album. This was You're 25, I think. Oh, I'm not supposed to say it. Oh, it's already published. So I'm
Is it?
allowed to say it. Yes, 20 no. Oh god.
Okay.
Edit.
Okay, edit. But anyways, Florence, I mean, I love a female vocalist that can write songs. It's like a Natalie Merchant or what, that kind of exudes.
And who's the one that Alice the
Oh, Grace Slick.
Yeah.
Yes, and she that guess what?
Grace Slick, she's got it over there.
This is on my notes. Grace Slick, Kate Bush, Stevie Nicks, Patti Smith. Okay, but anyways, this album, it actually dives into some more. When you have these bands and these artists that are maturing and they are living life more than maybe somebody that's a skater band, that they will mature at some point too. When you're reading lyrics such as, I thought I knew what grief was, but I was wrong. That is exactly where anybody in my age group is, whether it's your child, your parent, your sibling.
Yeah.
This is where you get to learn that there's a universal feeling about what makes lyrics, what makes us drawn to write music. If I could write music, I would be wealthy beyond anybody.
The female
because of
Courtney
my-
Taubman? What?
Oh, yeah. But this album, and I'm so glad you said it, because I find her voice and her message to be really universal. And when you pick an album of the year, we want it to be an album somebody's going to listen to 50 years from now. You know, that's what I think.
Connection.
Did you get that, like, with the whole music? Like, it was such a weird thing where it's like,
Yeah.
all of a sudden her voice takes center stage, and
Yeah.
it was such a polite exchange. I don't know how
A
to say it.
polite-
Light exchange. Wow.
polite
I think
exchange.
Sue should be on the Saturday show writing my
Yeah,
stuff
she should,
instead.
because we don't have polite exchanges in my living room, but
I
you
think
know.
it's instead of AI, it's Suzie I. Suzie.
So there's my number 3, and I
People
agree.
think I use AI. I am AI.
Yeah, oh my god.
I trained AI.
Oh,
But, yeah.
Steve.
As watchers of Beyond Your Radio shows know, I spend a lot of time in the alt country end of the pool.
Which I like.
Yes, and this album has been up for alt country album of the year in anything I've read. It's fantastic. It's Tyler Childers' Snipe Hunter.
Mhm.
It is a wonderful album. It's his 7th. It was produced by Rick Rubin. Biting List, Eating Big Time Oneida. My favorite is Nose on the Grindstone. Yeah, he scratches my itch when it comes to just alt country, and you may hear another couple alt countries in the honorable mention, and maybe as we get a little higher in this, but yeah, it was a wonderful album and highly acclaimed. And he's headed to Buffalo this summer, so I'm looking forward to seeing him to Darien Lake.
Darien Lake, I think.
Not happy to go to Darien Lake,
Right.
but still,
Yeah.
for him, I'd go see him.
Future.
We'll go.
Darien Lake will not be sponsoring this show.
Right.
We'll shore you up though. We'll go in there.
Jeff Young, you can number 2 it.
Take
I go number 2 with Tron Ares soundtrack by Nine Inch Nails.
Ah, there you go.
You have to listen to it.
It's just solid, and a lot of it is instrumental, which is just, it's a good variety, and it of course it does fit with the actual movie and the genre, but it's just good stuff. And I'd say anyone who appreciates interesting or good soundtrack or music work, but maybe doesn't like Nine Inch Nails, this might be the one to just check out, because there's, again, a lot of it is just without lyrics. There's maybe 3 with lyrics, but the rest are all pretty much just, part of the movie.
Cool. Are they going to be up for another Oscar?
I don't know. I'm not on that panel.
Yeah.
But who doesn't know Nine Inch Nails?
That's a lot.
Like in Trent Reznor, really? But they don't recognize that music that they're listening to during like music scores, that's Trent Reznor.
No, I don't think so. I think Reznor.
Well, he's already won 2 Academy Awards.
Yeah.
He's been nominated for 3. The one year, two of his movies went up against each other.
That's what I think that he's brilliant.
Yeah, there's no question. Yeah.
Yeah, love
I
him.
think he gets a bad rap because of the electronic side and computerization, but the actuality is like David Grohl said in that one documentary. He says this guy's a genius. He's using the computer to pull something out of something he can play the hell out of.
Exactly.
So he goes, I got no problem with it. Yeah.
I got it.
I mean, it's not like they
Okay.
don't play instruments, you know. It's like
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
You can't do that without knowing music.
Right. Grateful Dude.
Okay. I found it. It's a strange album. I really like it. I've been in love with Fleetwood Mac for many, many moons, and this is Fleetwood Mac and live from um, the record space, and it was originally done in 1974, and it was redone for 25, and
Oh.
I absolutely love it.
So was it a live that was redone? What is
Yeah,
it?
it was a live record.
Yeah.
And they
Remastered it.
I don't know if it was
Remastered, and the sound on it is incredible. Some of Mark's notes said that she didn't have it
Yapping.
anymore.
Now, too much yapping. Too much talking. I don't need to hear people talking.
Yeah. You're too much.
Yes.
You're
I
too
do.
much talking.
I do.
Yeah, too much talking.
I do remember.
And this is prior to
I do remember.
Nick's being kind of more front and center, or even not even in the band, right?
74. I don't think she was there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it was before him.
We did it. We
yeah.
did
We
it.
reviewed this album because I was like, this is interesting because there's no Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
And that was
And
was
it's
it.
how we picture Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, but I mean, sound wise, you know what it kind of. Did I say something to the effect of the Who? Kind of how.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Had that.
Yeah. It was. I've listened to the record quite a few times, and I like the album. I really do.
Yeah, that the
It
only
brought me.
diatribe
It
there.
brought
You had
me.
to go.
I've seen Fleetwood Mac about eight or nine times, and it reminds me just like I remember him.
That's
what's better, Fleetwood Mac or the Whopper?
That's your connection, for sure.
What'd you say, Jeff?
So what's better, Fleetwood Mac or the Whopper?
The Whopper?
This is probably a band called the Whopper, but I got a feeling it's
Oh,
rap.
sorry, I thought
No, I think it's a burger.
I thought we were talking about Big Mac.
I would like a Whopper.
So,
Also, while everyone was doing this, the Christmas car drove by.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bloop, bloop,
look it up.
My number
bloop. You said
two.
it, I should write that.
This has been a very long year. It feels like it's been 3 years.
Yeah.
But I think it was back in April that we went to see this band,
Okay.
and I could be wrong, but at the town ballroom, and this lady here was supposed to be there actually, I believe.
Uh-oh.
But anyway, Big Wreck.
Yeah.
The rest of the story.
That was my thing.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Oh, what?
That's my piece of paper I lost in the snow.
Oh, is it?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I got it.
I'm
Okay.
so confused.
No, I'll tell you. Keep going.
Yeah, so all my notes are messed up here. But all right, so
Because of me.
they have been together, for anybody who doesn't know Big Wreck, for like almost 30 years ish, thereabouts. And rock, but they also, I don't know, how else would you describe their thing?
Alt.
Yeah.
Alternative rock, blues rock, heavy blues rock.
There's blues with the alternative.
But
yeah.
but they do a good job on the rock, and it doesn't sound dated. I feel like they're keeping up with the times and kind of changing.
Because they're good musicians and they have good lyrics.
There you go. Guitarist is incredible. At the show, we thought the drummer was going to take a face plant.
Oh, that's right.
But
Oh, there's a basement.
he came around and he pulled through, and it was
So glad I wasn't there.
Oh, it was a great show.
Oh no, I was glad I wasn't there because I thought I was in charge. of
But
it.
you know, and my favorite part was just listening to the crowd sing along, and it's incredible if you're a band and you've been around like what decades and people
Yeah.
are still
Yeah.
singing your
Yeah.
songs. That must be incredible. So they get my number 2.
They're Canadian, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's. I'm so mad. I could not find my piece of paper.
And I just want to say,
I don't think Ian Thornley does it as much anymore, but the first time I saw him was in a small place, and he was pretty much just chain smoking while singing. I'm like, how? First of all,
No,
how
he
do you have a
doesn't
voice
smoke
like that if you
anymore.
smoke? Second of all, how do you do that while you smoke? Well, like rub it in. Like, what do you think? You're not enough talented enough? You got to do that.
well, in 30 years ish, apparently, this was only their 7th studio album.
Yeah.
Which is kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
very, very,
So-
limited.
They did have a brief hiatus when Thornley just kind of did his solo thing. But
Yeah.
It's my turn. All right. So my number 2 is this guy. He was discovered as a busker in Arkansas when he was like in his 60s. He was just a carpenter that became blind from glaucoma. Like, this album is amazing. It's Robert Finley, Hallelujah, Don't Let the Devil Fool Ya. His guitar is amazing. He's very B.B. King, Marvin Gaye, gospel church type stuff. But he actually lived a whole entire life before doing this as a job to make money in the music industry. We reviewed this album. I'm so grateful to Mark introducing me to these kinds of things, because otherwise I never would have heard of him. He is somebody that America's Got Talent discovered because of his busking in Arkansas. But you need to listen to Can't Take My Joy, His Love, Helping Hand, Holy Ghost Party. This album, I don't listen to a lot of music outside of what I've got to do for the next show, but I listen to this album because this harkens to my being of, this is somebody that should have just given up on life. And in his 60s and 70s, he just goes, well, this is what I should have done all along. But now I get to do it because I don't have any other choice, right?
It's this thing where he sings that, I've lost my sight. He actually lost his sight.
He actually did.
It's not a metaphor. I'm like, holy
But it
crap.
doesn't make you feel bad about it.
No.
It's not like this thing. Do 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 do. My dog got dead in the tractor. I mean, it's just a really good songs that make you feel like there's something you can do with your life beyond what you've been doing for 60 years. There's hope for other things, and I love them.
There's hope for all of us here. All right,
Yep. Okay, Robert Finley, and then over to you.
good. Steve.
All right.
And another Dan Auerbach album, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Number 2 for me, and Mark will like it because it's a Lucinda-esque album. It's S.G. Goodman's Planting by the Signs. Fantastic album. Satellite and Fire Sign were the ones that were kind of highlighted in reviewing this album, but my favorite was Snapping Turtle.
Yeah.
Great song. Her 4th album. If you're into alt country like me, A, I apologize, and B, you should listen to this. You should listen to this album because it is fantastic. It is
Don't ever
fantastic.
apologize. That
Is Lenderman on that?
I believe so.
I don't know. There's 2 guys that are on every album this year: Lenderman and Auerbach.
Yeah.
Every album.
Lenderman's on its own.
they're
Yeah,
doing that
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, Lenderman's on its own, and also coming to Buffalo.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
good pick. I kind of that one sat my middle
Well,
boat there.
Yeah,
I was looking at that later.
I took a listen to that and I was like, oh man, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
good job.
To the dude.
Well, this album I've liked since it came out. The only thing I did not like was Mark's review on it. It was Mark.
Well, good.
Mark-
Let's stay in that same vein.
Mark should not be allowed to review Jethro Tull albums. Period.
JT, he hates JT.
He hates the flute. He thinks the whole band should have been wiped out. It's just terrible.
They all should have
Yeah.
followed him down the pole.
Yeah, you got to start your own. Jeff's gonna start his own channel. It's his reviews of Mark's reviews.
I'm working on it right now. Yeah. I thought the album was great. Probably the fourth or fifth best they've ever done. It was a really classic album. I listened to it quite often. Mark, you should not be allowed, as I said,
Let's put it into context. At least I listened to it. Most people immediately would say, that's not what I like. No.
Okay.
I listened to that record, and just like the prior record, there were certain pieces that were interesting, and then something would happen and I would go, oh no, there we go.
Yeah,
You know?
somebody played the flute.
Well, or he started to grandpa it a little bit.
Well,
Bring this to the forefront. Like, let's ask this question. Why is Jethro Tull still in conversation? If they were no good, that band would not still be in conversation. There's a longevity there. Somebody is connecting with it. Somebody
they're
wants
great. They're
them
great.
in their life. Right. No, but it's not just
No, it's
Jeff-
baby boomers and they won't die, and that's the problem.
Oh, well then we stopped sending you gifts. No, I'm just saying that there is something to be said. There's something to be said for something. Like
He doesn't. He
yes,
does not like the
because
flute.
no.
If you get the flute at anything, he gives up.
No, I don't.
I mean,
Oh,
when
shut
it comes
up, you
when it
do.
comes to flute,
His
it's
flute
basically
goes-
Jethro
his
Tull
flute
and
goes
Ron
crazy.
Burgundy.
Yes, Ron Burgundy. That's my problem right there. He sounds like Ron Burgundy.
Yes, flute.
or David Spade doing Eye of the Tiger in
I think that's a recorder.
I Jethro Tull is I'm still trying, and it's like thick as a
Well,
brick. I
Yeah.
can, there's certain, the one that I like is the Playhouse or whatever anyway, we've already Jethro Tulled this to death.
Okay, all right, on. Let's go.
On to Jeff Young.
Well, not much left to say, but I picked the rest of the story by Big Wreck as well.
Oh, okay.
So there it is.
What?
Awesome.
All right.
And that's the rest of
Our
the story.
host is wrong.
It's the All right.
Wow,
He just drops the mic.
that is
Shuts out.
crazy.
Actually,
I love that.
what you don't know is he's holding two attack dogs back. That's what's keeping. Okay. Sue.
Here we go. My number one, Mark also probably won't like it because
Uh-uh.
I don't think he's a big fan.
Stop.
Well, whatever.
Hey,
He might. Maybe.
I can't like it all.
I think it might be on my.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be real.
It might be on my honorable mentions.
It's not fluty.
It's not Doug Flutie. Oh, good.
No, but he shares almost shares a first name with this gentleman's first name.
Mm.
This was released back in March. It's their 5th studio album. They've been around about 18 years. This is their first album that was released after one of the band members departed in 2021. I guess it's I've always felt like they're not like Dave Matthews Band, but I feel like you're either into their sound and their groove and their tone and their style, or you're not. And I've always been caught up in it. And I lost all my notes, but it's Mumford and Sons Rushmere. And I don't know how you can't like them or enjoy them. Maybe not like, enjoy. It's just such a natural. They just have such a natural sound.
They meld into your life.
Yeah, and you know, like every song, maybe not every song, but a lot of their songs, it just sounds like he's telling a story through song, and you just sit back and you enjoy.
He's just that guy.
Yep.
He is fantastic.
I agree.
So yeah.
I don't know. Yes, 4 stars for me.
Cool. All right.
Go ahead, Deb.
Oh,
Your number one.
well, my number one was already stolen by my compatriot here. The Trues.
The Bloody Light.
The Bloody Light. I've got lots of notes, everybody.
I had trouble with finding that one online.
Really?
YouTube.
It wasn't there.
Meatloaf feel, Rob Thomas feel, Bob Seger, Black Crows, ballads, theatrics. Carolina is one of the songs that has a Bryan Adams feel. Ship of Fools is epic. Every single song. They're not an outlier. There's not anything that you go, oh, why'd they put that in that album? To me, this album is going to be timeless.
Yeah.
I think it's an album that you will go back in 20 years as a music appreciated. What do you say, an aficionado?
Music appreciator.
Yeah, but I'm
aficionado.
not an aficionado because I don't really know things. But I like to listen to music. And when, I'm 63 years old. If there's a song that I hear, like a Beatles song that I go, that did not lose any meaning from when it came out, when I first heard it, to where I am now at my age, I feel that this album just kind of does that encapsulation of you're always gonna love that song, love that position on the album, and not go, that's so 2025. I think, to me, listening to an album that's going to be the best album of the year needs to be something that's timeless, that nobody's going to lose that feeling from. This album, because it was an exercise, it was very hard for me to do this show. I had to, in the last 2 weeks, revisit all these things.
That is the pain of it all.
It is.
And still do a Saturday show too.
Yeah, and I actually took the day off from work today, and
At least you didn't play hooky. Now they're gonna know.
PTO.
PTO.
Maybe they should watch the show.
I don't know.
But let them sign up. But I think that this album is very reminiscent of those albums that we still go back to, that you go, Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. Like, you listen to these songs that go, they don't feel dated. They still feel ingrained in who you are. And that's what the Trues, the Bloody Light, and I feel like it feels confident, and like you can just step into it, and there's no like trying.
Yeah, you don't need to be.
It's not simplistic either.
Right.
It's not like it's like, the Bleachers or something. Not that they're bad, but I wish that Alex was on the show, because that would have been
interesting.
Yeah, well, we're gonna make him feel guilty, not the Trues. Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's my number one.
So, obla di, obla da, let's move on. Let's move on to Steve.
Well,
Because he needs to go to another party.
There's a song that didn't.
My number one was a slam dunk. This was I listened to a lot of stuff to get ready for this, but my number one was an absolute slam dunk. But I'll give you the firsts about the album first. It was his first album post-divorce. It was his first album solo acoustic. It was his first album without the 400 unit since his epic album Southeastern. It's Jason Isbell's Foxes in the Snow. I had the good fortune of seeing him 2.5 weeks before the album came out and heard 3 of the tracks on the album before the album ever hit. The title track is fantastic. Bury Me, the first song on the album, is wonderful. And seeing him acoustic just puts him, and I love Jason Isbell, it put him on another level. The song Don't Be Tough is it's a very introspective, thought-provoking song that I'd encourage anybody to take a listen to. I've talked about him on many of the shows a billion times, and he slam dunk best album I've heard in 2025.
Easy.
That's
That was
awesome.
Love it, love it, love it.
Awesome.
I had to go back because it was on a list that I was gonna put on and put it in the
I didn't
backside.
say the name of the album.
Yeah, you did.
Foxes in the Snow.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
did.
did.
You
Did
did.
I? Okay, I apologize.
Dead.
Okay.
I mean, the
Rewind.
minute you mentioned that cover has
Yeah.
sort of a haunt to it.
It does.
And like an empty house.
Yeah.
That, yes.
And, even though it's a playhouse technically, made of wood and acoustic, so you know what you're getting into.
Yep.
In a lot of people's lists, that's for sure. And I went back and
Yep.
it'll probably be something that grows on me more so than any other album this year.
Yeah, and seeing him do an acoustic tour after seeing him with the 400 unit a bunch of times in his days with the drive-by
What's his
truckers.
name? Where's he from?
He is from
Man.
Yeah, I was gonna say that kind of Delta blues type.
And also, if you have a chance, on Netflix is a fantastic introspective on his life.
Really?
And talks about his days with the drive-by truckers where he was a prodigy. They brought him in, he kind of went sideways, decided to get out, get clean, and it just basically walked him through that. And
Love those stories.
yeah, to see him do it acoustic, it was an extremely serious show to the point where somebody after one of his songs was hooting and hollering and cheering, and he said, "Sir, kindly shut the fuck up. This is not that show. This is not that show. This is I'm here to play an acoustic guitar." And the fans cheered for him, and he just went on and played, and it was haunting. It was, now again, not all of his songs are, but that's what that was. And having the opportunity to hear 3 or 4 of them beforehand was
That's always great about live.
Yeah.
People do that.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, songs I'd never heard, nobody never heard before, and it was great. So
Cool.
Easy for me. Easy.
All right, Grateful Dude, was your number one a slam dunk?
Absolutely. In my opinion, humble as that may be, it's the best album of this year. It's Bruce Springsteen and Nebraska, and I do not believe there's a better album. The album kicked ass. I listened to it I listened to it just before I came on the show. It's a kick-ass album. It's, in my humble opinion, it's his best album. He lays it out on all lays it out.
How it should have been done, maybe is
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It was really interesting to hear him redo that entire Nebraska album
Yeah.
in the way that he did it, because when he did it originally, he basically did it isolated from the world on a very shitty piece of equipment
Yeah.
All right.
that they
All right.
that the engineers had to make into kind of cobble together an album. And to hear him redo those songs, you're right, Jeff. It was that album, and it complements the movie, and it was wonderful. It was a wonderful, wonderful album.
Awesome.
It was. It really was.
It's Springsteen and Floyd had the two best box sets of the year.
Yep.
This thing here that I pointed out, but also the Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here 50th anniversary just came out, is ridiculous. You could stop a Cadillac with the box. The Nebraska thing, to hear Born in the USA the way it was supposed to be is just darn right shivering.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it goes on from there, and it's what I'm thinking 3 hours worth of
it's 3 hours. It's also a concert as well.
Yeah.
So definitely. Okay. I'll give you Crichton had discussed a couple before we get into the real quick honorable mentions. He loved the Brandy Carlisle, Returning to Myself. He agreed with Sue and the Buddy Guy. Obviously, Van Morrison fan he is, so Remembering Now was in there. I will say that this, one of the albums I was going to mention, since he's mentioning it, the Mavis Staples record is Sad and Beautiful World is a barn burner in soul. There's no one better at her age. Dion, the Rock and Roll Philosopher, that was an interesting record. I might not put it on mine, but I agree with the sentiment. Mammoth, The End, that would be Van Halen's son's record, and that it's he finally got rid of the V, whatever the hell that was on the end, the three like DDS and that, because he didn't have to worry about getting sued. He did have Sarah McLachlan's Better Broken. Bryan Adams, Roll with the Punches.
Oh yeah.
Little Feat, Strike Up the Band.
It's in my honorable
mentions. Goo Goo Dolls, Summer Anthem. Well, whatever. He's gonna hate me for saying it that way.
Yeah, that's okay.
Rodney Crowell, Airline Highway. Absolutely great record.
That was good.
And I didn't get the Grant Lee Phillips one. I didn't listen to In That Hour of Dust. Sue, I don't mention.
No, it was really hard to come down to 5, so I blocked everything else out.
Well,
You
Big Wreck, the whole that
she was trying to find.
That was my piece of paper that I
couldn't find.
Smushed in the rain water, and I couldn't read it. But you were number 22 when I watched your top ones, like
what is that?
Alice, Sarah, the pianist. I wish that I could play the piano that way. That was so delicate, so beautiful. That's just amazing.
And an Irish composition about it just doesn't seem like it should be Irish at all, right?
No, there's nothing that seems that way at all. There's no Celtic anything in there. It's just playing a piano. Robert Randolph, The Preacher Kids. I love that album. I loved it. But that's my blues thing. St. Paul and the Broken Bones, the self-titled. And then the Moonrisers. That's only because you reminded me of it today, but then I went, I love that. I did not think that I would love that album. You have introduced me to a lot of things that my honorable mentions would be almost like Jeff Crichton's. So we're gonna shut it down.
Harsh and something. Harsh and what's the Moonriser record? Harsh and Exciting.
Harsh and Exciting.
Yeah.
That is
different record.
It's weird. It's like that banjo weird, folk stuff that both of us went
saloon folk, and I'm just like, how do you make a record?
And we went on that show, and we both went, I don't really want to tell you that I like that, but we both love it.
Brilliant record. I don't know how you sell it to anybody, but
but
I have
brilliant.
Random question back to Big Wreck.
Yeah.
When I was listening to it, it brought back memories of it feels like a record that riding my bike to 7-Eleven and getting a Slurpee. And there was a video game there, arcade game. Jeff, you might know this. I don't know, Jeff Young. It was not Moonraker, but it was some kind of a moon game.
Moon Patrol.
Yes.
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 Is that what you keep thinking?
That's what you keep thinking when you hear that record?
Well, it's just I feel like we would have been on our bikes and riding to 7-Eleven, and so anyway.
Ian Thorne is going to name his next album Moon Patrol. And the hit song will be Riding My Bike with a Slurpee.
Oh, I got it.
Mr. Scout.
So I have 4.
Love it all. You do have good writing, I
Thank
have
you.
to say. I love it.
Thank you. You're the only person that's ever said that.
I'm an accountant.
I agree with Brother Crichton on Little Feat's Strike Up the Band. It was very, very well done. Guest appearance by Larkin Poe as well. So great album. ZZ Ward's Liberation, also album I really enjoyed. Taj Mahal and Keb Mo's Room on the Porch. I had an opportunity to see them in May play together. Wonderful one. And I've got one that's kind of off the beaten path, and spare me like 2 seconds to give a little story.
Okay.
This album is by one of the 2 guys that started Old Crow Medicine Show, who've been around for a while. The Wagon Wheel song, very short.
Yeah,
right?
that was on our list.
Willie Watson, his album's called Deluxe. And one of the reasons I selected is that Willie Watson is from a small town called Watkins Glen, New York, and so am I. And Willie Watson's father, Mike, R.I.P. Mike, was my health teacher growing up. And a lot of my musical influence growing up was in health class as a sophomore in high school. And Mike Watson and I would talk about Bob Dylan and Creedence Clearwater Revival and all these bands. And my love of music kind of comes from Mike Watson. Mike's son, Willie, started Old Crow Medicine Show, went out on his own, now has this album called Deluxe. It's very, very good. It's, if you like alt country and, you know, like old school, it's a little gospel-y. It's really good. But if you grab the album, I recommend you listen to the song Reap in the Valley. And Reap in the Valley is Willie Watson's spoken word just with a banjo talking about his days in Watkins Glen. He's out in Los Angeles now, and he's been out there about 20 years. And he talks about being a kid growing up there. I'll just smoking pot and drinking beer in a burned out
Smoking
in a burned out old car with buddies of his, and just it's a fantastic song, and the album is very good, and I highly recommend it. Not many people know about it, but yeah, Willie Watson's Deluxe album is one I put out there. So yeah, give that a listen. So that's my last album.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grateful Dude, any HMs?
Yeah, just one. It goes back to my roots. I was really a big jazz freak for a while because of a girlfriend. But the Yellow Jackets, I've seen them 4 or 5 times. Always
Jackie.
loved them.
Yeah.
This album, I think, is really, really good. And for those of you, and there's probably quite a few of you have not delved into jazz, check out the Yellow Jackets. They're good. They're very, very good.
And you know how I feel about jazz, but I like the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
I do. They're cool.
Nice.
All right, well, there you have it. The panelists' favorites of 2025. Lots of good stuff there. The show still goes on for the albums, the 25 top albums of 2025 daily. So check those out up until New Year's Eve when you get release number 1. Boy, these people mentioned quite a few. I don't know if there's anything left for me to say. We're on the web at beyondyourradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, of course, articles, videos, podcasts. It's all about albums, bands, artists, things we talked about today, just like this. Take the dive. Come on in. You're among friends that don't play the flute. Go Beyond Your Radio and us, a real music appreciation channel. Thanks for watching and happy listening.
Bye.